Hi everybody and welcome back. My name's Melissa and this year I'm sharing 365 tips for frugal living. So earlier I had said that you should not just look at the unit price of 99 cents a burger, but also look at the weight price. So this is 85.15 ground beef that I got for what is essentially $1.98 a pound. I am not going to eat half-pound burgers. What I will eat is quarter-pound burgers, third-pound burgers, meatloaf. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to process this into different size usable portions, and then I'll be able to just grab them from the freezer and easily defrost them so that I can cook them throughout grilling season. So I'll put them in usable sizes for my family, and then I can always pull out extra. So if I have, let's say I put them into 4 quarter-pounders each, which makes makes sense if you know how my family eats. So that way we can make them, but then if I have somebody over, I can just pull out a second package and have, a few extra leftovers. So it's what makes sense for our family. You might like the big half-pound burgers. For me, that's a lot of food to eat at once. So anyways, I'm going to go ahead, and what I'm doing first is I take the various lengths of parchment paper. Sorry, I'm going to just I'm going to let it roll up on itself. So I take some out, I let it roll up, I cut it in half this way. Then I will take it. It doesn't have to be exact. You can see that there's actually 2 different lengths. Fold it in half and then cut it again. And then fold it in half because I want these for some of my bigger burgers. And cut it again. And then I have a bunch of these, and I will season the ground beef, put it into patties, weigh it all out, and then I will be able to vacuum seal it. So next steps. Okay, so first things first, I want my scale out and set to ounces. I'm using gloves today because I'm just having issues today. It's been a long day. Smoke inhalation and trips to the ER and running and, stuff that I don't normally do. I probably should have thought ahead and done this part before I put on the... So I am actually going to save this and set it aside so I can put the burgers on it once I have them divided up into the portion size I want. So that's about 4 pounds of ground beef. You don't have to use gloves. However, if you touch raw meat before you touch any of your spices or anything, you're going to want to make sure you wash your hands. I want to make sure that I have plenty in there. I know it looks like a lot because it's all on the top right now, but... Now, I've washed my scale, so I'm not worried about that. And I wonder if I can actually, let's see. I can. Okay, so I've washed my scale. That's all set. And then I'm just going to take the meat and kind of smash it up with the seasoning like you would if you had meatloaf. Because I like the salt and stuff thoroughly, and it's just my standard seasoning mix that I use for everything. And then I'm going to... You don't want to overwork the meat. The important thing is to know a pound is 16 ounces, so a quarter pound is 4 ounces. Okay. And then a third pound is like 15, 5 1/3 ounces. So I'm just going to, right now, get them into 4 pound slices, or balls. Okay, so I now have all of my little balls, and I'm going to just start building them up. I'm going to put in, I'm going to use this kind of as a tray or a plate until I get ready to vacuum seal. So you have your ball perfectly made. Doesn't have to be like perfect. And it's really kind of a feel thing. Like, you do not need a burger press or anything else. You have hands. I mean, if you don't have hands, I'm sorry. Please don't come in the comments at me about how I'm ableist because not everybody has hands. I understand, but the majority of y'all do. So let's not play that game. But you just kind of smash it out, and then bam. This is actually for the 3rd pound. It's one of the bigger ones, but I'll set it there for now. Where are my little ones? Here are my little ones. Ah. Okay. For now, that'll just go in with the other ones. That's fine. So then I just put that down. Another one on top of it. And then do it all again. Okay, so I got a bunch of these bags set. I know I cut them a little big. Please, don't comment. I know I did. It's been a really, really, really long day. Fires and emergency rooms and running, and it's just, so yes, I know they're long. Give me a break. But quarter pound burgers, 85.15, the date and the number, and then I'm just going to turn around so you can kind of see what I'm doing here. Okay, so you saw me make them earlier. I'm just going to take this and carefully slide these in all the way to the bottom. I may end up cutting some of this bag off just because there's so much of it, but we'll see. So I'm just going to get a bunch of these set, and then I will vacuum seal them all at once, but I'll set them aside for now so they're out of my way. Okay, so I've done 6 of the packages, so 12 pounds so far. I still have 2 pounds to go. I did put like almost a full pound in the fridge to make later, but I am really, really tired. It has been a really long day, so I'm just gonna finish this part up, and then y'all can kind of speculate and figure out that I did this with, and plus I'm gonna get more beef too, so I have 4 more pounds to go. Oh wait, no, I did 6. No, I have 4 more pounds to go, and I did, so I've done 12. I'm sorry, I'm so tired I can't even math right. It's simple math. I think I may have to pick up the script, but anyways, so now I have them all set. I had the bags cut, so I just kind of do it very much so like assembly line style, but assembly line for one. So I have all the bags made and ready and marked, and then I will make the patties and organize them and then like put them in the bags as I go, kind of. And so now I'll just vacuum seal the bags and I'll show you that. Okay, so this area is like really tight and really tiny. I don't know if you can see. I'm trying to kind of angle it so you can see the food saver. But these are all set, so I will just, and I already cleaned off the other side of the counter, so I will just put this in, put it down. Okay, so I'm going to turn down the volume here because the vacuum sealer makes a really annoying sound. But basically what you'll see me doing is I'm making sure that the burgers keep their flat shape as the vacuum compresses, because sometimes they'll want to ball up, and I want them to stay flat both for storage and for ease of use when I pull them out to grill. Okay, so now I have them all divided up. I will end up taking some of my gallon bags so I can organize them, and then I'll organize them by type. So I'll just put on here like third pound packages of 2, quarter pound packages of 4, quarter pound packages of 2, and stick them in here so that the burgers are easy to pull. And then when I do the just 1 pound for tacos and such, those will just be in the freezer. Now, I only do burgers like this on the grill, so I'll calculate that we'll probably have burgers over the summer. So through October, on average, once a week, I'll cook them for which when I cook them, it'll be for 2 meals. So I'll calculate that, see how many more I need to get, and then get it all frozen and set. For now, I'm going to just bag it up, put it in the fridge, and then I'll take it over and freeze it tomorrow. Sorry, I'm exhausted. But it's so easy to just have meals ready. And then if you have them ready, all I have to do is defrost these a couple of days in advance in the fridge. And then I don't have to think about it. I don't have to worry about the shopping process. So this summer, when I am busy in the garden, it will eliminate some of the shopping hassle. These meals, so this is 4 meals, and it costs me $2, so 50 cents a meal for burgers, and then throw some sort of side with it, bread or a bun. I'm Gen X, so I do the bread a lot. Hot dog sausages, we always use bread, and my kid actually prefers it. He does prefer buns for burgers, but can also sacrifice and do the bread. So either one works. You know, it did take some time, but I mean, I probably took around 30 to 45 minutes, which kind of sucks, but normally it doesn't take as long. And also, I mean, making burgers is not that hard. So instead of buying your ready-made BUBBA burger, or like the frozen ones, or even, like I said, I bought these as half-pound patties because it was the better deal. But whatever is the most affordable ground beef, it's not hard to make patties if you really can't stand the feel of the meat. Like I was having challenges with my sensory issues today. Latex gloves aren't that expensive. I went through the entire package. I went through, sorry, a small package of gloves that I picked up for like 29 cents or something, maybe, I don't know, less than $1 at Menards. So it's really easy. So today's tip for frugal living is to learn to make your own hamburger patties. You don't need to buy those BUBBA burgers. They're so ridiculously priced. It's so unnecessary. You can season them how you like. It's really easy, and it kind of kills me that I almost always see everybody buy burgers pre-made. I very rarely see people make their own burgers anymore, and it's not, it doesn't take talent, it doesn't take skill. It's not a hard thing to do if you're doing it as you go. I mean, I could easily take a 3-pound package of ground beef, and if I wasn't weighing it, now like I weigh it because I weigh everything I eat, but if I was just gonna, you know, try and make 12 or so burgers with that, it would be really quick. I could probably whip it out in like 3 to 5 minutes easy. So it doesn't take work. So make your own burgers. Anyways, again, my name is Melissa. This year I'm sharing 365 tips for frugal living. If you want to hear more, please hit like and subscribe, and I'll see y'all tomorrow.